early top 25. Early top 25. We're going to go through super quick. It's from ESPN. They got Houston as the preseason top 25. Milos Uzan, he's going to probably turn pro. But that is a team that they develops. They're actually bringing in one of the best recruiting classes in the country. You got Sharp back, you got Tugler back. And the thing about that Houston team is, as good as they were, there were no first round projected guys. So I want to see what Houston looks like with a elite recruit. You got Kingston Flemings. He's the number 20 recruit in ESPN's top 100. You got Isaiah Harwell, number 13, ESPN's top 100. Emmanuel Sharp is back. Joseph Tugler's back. And then you're getting Chris Senek Jr., number 6. So that's 3 top 20 recruits for Houston. I think they're going nowhere. I think they're going to be competing for years to come. Then 2, you got Purdue. We'll see if they can get over the hump. You got Braden Smith back. You got Trey Kaufman Rain, a 20-point per game scorer. We'll see if they can make it happen. Now, this is an interesting entry. Louisville at number 3. So you got Louisville coming in at number 3. We haven't seen them as one of the game's elites for quite some time, but you had a big offseason. You landed recruits. You've got the number 8 recruit coming in, and Mikael Brown Jr. You got guys returning. Then 4, you got your UConn Huskies in the mix. You got the Braylon Mullins, the 14th overall recruit heading in. You got guys coming back. What's your outlook for UConn in 2025 and beyond?
I mean, it's business as usual. Championship or bust every year. I think right now the UConn Huskies are like the Lakers of college basketball. I mean, we are expected to go to championships on the men's and women's side. I think Dan Hurley's going to reload. He did mention that some guys are going to transfer, but I also think some guys are going to come in. The reality is UConn is a program that does turn players into pros. Even our second round draft picks last year from the UConn team, they're playing right now. And so it's just a matter of time before, we get back to glory. I feel like I like the class that we're going to bring in. I do like the recruits we have in our recruiting class, but I love our coach the most. And I do feel like in the Big East Conference where we dominate, I think we'll be back on the rise. You're going to go through a little bit of fatigue. You're going to go through a down year. Winning 3 national championships back to back to back. I mean, that's a tall task. And you know how this goes, D-Mac. You're going to go through some championship fatigue. There is a bit of a decompression after you win multiple times. So I feel like for UConn going out in the second round, I think there's an added level of motivation going into this season. And I think those guys that decided to stay at UConn who didn't enter the portal or enter the draft, I think there's a huge chip on a lot of those guys' shoulder because I think they feel like they fell short this year, especially with some of those guys haven't been on that national championship team from 2 years ago.
Absolutely. And that's kind of the culture you build where everyone wants a taste of it. You see Paige Becker, she didn't want to end her career in UConn without having a national championship. I think Demery Jr., the Georgia transfer, is the most interesting guy that's coming into their system. And of course, you got Mullins. You got Michigan at 5. You've got Kentucky at 6. Of course, Kentucky, they always have a lot of talent. You got Jasper Johnson coming in, number 17 overall recruit. Arkansas at 7. Duke at 8. So Duke... look, Cooper Flagg is not going to stay. I think there's a 0% chance. Talking about Noel about this yesterday. I mean, the number 1 draft pick gets $60 million to finish number 1 in the draft. If he came back, it'd be one of the worst decisions anyone's ever made. I don't care if you can cut down, because the truth is the odds of you cutting down the nets are not likely, right? I mean, that's just how it is. You got to go against the odds. Even if you're the favorite, I mean, you're probably going to lose. And if you're coming back just for that, suffer a big injury, wouldn't make a lot of sense. This year's getting like $5 million, $6 million NIL, things like that. That pales in comparison to $60 million that he'll get as the number 1 draft pick. But you got Cameron Boozer coming in. You got Kamenia, the number 21 overall prospect. You got Caden Boozer. You got Foster, Malik Brown. So there could be a top 10 team. I don't see them going back to the national championship game. St. John's coming in at number 9, then UCLA at number 10. Honestly, I think it's high for UCLA. As a proud UCLA alum, I actually disagree. I think it should be like in the 20s, just because you get Donovan Dent, who was the top point guard transfer. He was a 5-star. The Bruins gave him $3+ million in NIL. 20 point per game score at New Mexico. You got Sky Clark back. Trent Perry's an All-American. a Harvard Westlake guy that is developing for sure. Eric Daly Jr., Tyler Bilodeau, guys that can score, not great defenders. I would agree with UCLA being at number 10 had they retained Adai Mara. Things just didn't work out. Adai Mara was committed to UCLA, then he went to Spain. Everything changed. I'm hearing that he ends up at Michigan. That's we'll see if that happens. If that does, that's what I'm hearing. I'm not seeing anything on the internet either. Alabama at 11, Auburn at 12, Iowa State at 13, 14, Wisconsin, 15, Kansas, 16, BYU, 17, Arizona, 18, Michigan State, 19 is the Florida Gators. So Gators got their championship. They're good. They're losing Walter Clayton Jr., who we'll see where he gets picked. I mean, I've seen him mocked anywhere from 20 to the 30 range. I think this year, of course, no one raised their stock more in the last couple games than him. Gonzaga at 20, Tennessee at 21, Texas Tech at 22, Ohio State at 23, Texas at 24, and then the North Carolina Tar Heels at 25. So we'll see what's happening in North Carolina. I know that being the 25th team in the country and going out when they did is not good enough for North Carolina. I'm excited to see what Caleb Wilson, number 7 recruit in the country, looks like. Derek Dixon, the number 52 recruit in the country. You got Seth Trimble coming back, averaged over 11 points last season. Jonathan Powell's back and Henry Vassar's back. But yeah, we'll see. And actually, Vassar's actually the transfer from Arizona is going there. So that'll be interesting to see. But that's your early top 25.